And although sometimes you may find yourself in points where you feel so alone, that is because in that moment in time, there's something that God may be trying to communicate with you, where He will isolate you from the rest of the world so that you can be able to hear His voice and be able to hear what He's trying to communicate with you, so that you can be in a standing in which you can see your own worth. Hi, my lovelies. Welcome to an episode of Untwine with Naledi, where I am your host, Naledi Mukhodiri, and on this channel, you will nourish. On this channel, we talk about all things wellness of the mind, the body, the soul, and also dwelling on topics about faith and just your overall wellness and lifestyle. Say, please do chill and relax while we actually dive into today's topic, which is all about the topic you are worth it. There's so many moments in our lives where sometimes when we dwell on a lot of things, this when we reflect and we just look back at how far we are, how far we've come, we often ask ourselves the question like, have I done enough? Am I doing enough? I'm not where I'd like to be. When you compare the goals that you had set for yourself, you often become discouraged to see whether it is actually possible for you to get to where you want to be. So today's topic, we are going to be talking about how you are worth it and what you can actually do to actually get to the point where you pour into yourself. Now, a lot of the times when we look at people who actually don't always believe that they are worth anything in life or anything beautiful, anything that is sustainable or enough for them, you'll often find that these are the very people who actually give out so much of themselves to the world. And I found myself in those situations a lot of the times. And it all starts with reclaiming your value, where you start to prioritize yourself so that you can work to see that worth that lies within you. I'm simply here to remind you that you are worth it. You are worth every time that you spend dwelling into what it is that you want to become, simply because in doing that, you are doing what is most important to you, which is what? Investing in yourself. You are worth it. You are worth it. Allow that to sink in. There's nothing you cannot achieve. And if you dared to dream about it, then surely it is possible. Let us go into the intricacies of why this channel exists. There's so much to be shared on this channel, but one thing you're going to recognize and realize is that it's all about oneself, one's well-being, and one working to become a better version of themselves and potentially unlocking their higher self. I created this platform because I am somebody who has a lot to say. There's a lot that I want to say, there's a lot that I want to share with people. There's so much that I want to talk about, especially in the sense of positivity, speaking positivity over your life, and also just how life really is about perspective, and it's all about the way you see it. And on this channel, we're going to be talking about all things positive while also being raw and very real about the emotions we experience in life, about certain events that may have us down, certain situations that you know you can't change about your life, but you somehow find your way in that situation. Situations where you sometimes ask yourself a lot of questions about God. And this is where it's going to get even more interesting. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Now, you wouldn't know that it comes from the lady if there is no food for thought. So, here you go. With everything that you have gotten, till this very point. There's certain sacrifices that you have had to take. With those sacrifices, they differ from one person to the next, but only you know your story. Only you know how far you've come. Only you know what has taken you to be at the point in which you are. You may ask yourself a lot of questions as to whether life is worth living. Yes, it is, because believe it or not, there is at least somebody out there who actually cares about you being alive, you being worth it, you being present, and you being with us. So much of who we are interlinks with everybody around us. And although sometimes you may find yourself in points where you feel so alone, that is because in that moment in time, there's something that God may be trying to communicate with you, where He will isolate you from the rest of the world so that you can be able to hear His voice and be able to hear what He's trying to communicate with you, so that you can be in a standing in which you can see your own worth within yourself, which is not fueled by external factors, where you know that whatever it is that you need, you will always know to turn back to your Creator, because He is your source that will fuel you to be that better version of you. When we talk about knowing your worth, it interlinks a lot with living by the standards and qualities that you see yourself getting towards. Um, a lot of times you often see a lot of people talking about how you should live and practice the life you want to see yourself actively in the next future, or in the near future rather. And with that comes a lot of you just sitting, dwelling in your own presence, seeing how you can actually work to become a better you, and actually starting to put work into that. How you put work into that is that the more you live that kind of lifestyle where you practice those principles, the more you know what boundaries to set for yourself. When you set those boundaries, it's when you actually choose you and you choose to respect yourself. And once you set those boundaries, everybody around you is also able to respect that. Not only do they respect that, but they will also be able to understand that you being who you are comes with not limits, but it comes with them being prepared to understand that whatever time they used to be in your presence is something that is not to be taken lightly. At this point, you've reached the end of the video, and I'd actually like to thank you for sticking through all the way. Please don't forget to press the subscribe button and also press the notification bell so that you can be alerted every time your girl uploads. Please also don't forget to actually go down the comment section and actually just write to me some points in life where you actually questioned your worth, so that we can just interact and get to know each other a little better. From my end, it's much love, sending you many hugs and kisses, and please do stay tuned for the next episodes that I'll be uploading. Much love. Mwah.